Alright guys, we're going to start this here scrapple recipe out with 2 pounds of ground venison and 1 pound of sausage, and you could use whatever kind you like. I like the sage, but you can use Italian, you can use sweet Italian, red hot, whatever you like. I've made it with it all. But my preference is the sage, and it's 1 pound, 1 pound, 1 pound, 2 pounds of venison, 1 pound of sausage. And then the next thing we're going to do is talk about the ingredients, and that's where my recipe kind of sets off from other guys. We got fresh sage here we're going to put in it. And it's not only good for burning, but it's good for cooking. Nothing I ever told you guys was bullshit. I still burn my sage and get a positive energy flow going here. And then we got Thai peppers, dehydrated, out of my 5-gallon buckets. You want salt, pepper, some kind of bouillon, don't matter if it's powder or anything else. Like this is paste. Then you got your cornmeal and your buckwheat flour. Now, if you don't have access to buckwheat flour, don't worry about it. Cornmeal is fine. Actually, a lot of times I prefer that. But what you're talking, we'll talk measurements here in a bit. But what we're going to do here now is we're going to mix this together, then we're going to add our ingredients, and then we're going to mix again. And let me just hold this right here, and I'll mix it, and then we'll get back to you in a second. Alright guys, let's talk about our ingredients. We got some processed onions here. That's 1 medium onion that you want to put in there. And if you want to go with measurements, and you're going grocery store, we'll go with 1 tablespoon of ground sage, I'm holding the camera, so it's a little bit tough to do this. So we got about a tablespoon of ground sage, and we'll put that in there. Approximately a tablespoon. And I usually put 5 or 6 of these Thai peppers in, and you can substitute a half a teaspoon, whatever you like. Put that in. Then you want to go with about a half a teaspoon of black pepper and about a tablespoon of salt of any kind. About a tablespoon. And you put your onions in. I like them pulverized like this, so you basically don't even know they're in there. And then you can use your bouillon. Let's say about a tablespoon or a teaspoon, whatever you like. If you like it to have more of a meaty taste to it, you can add a little more. I'm struggling here a little bit, but I hope you're getting a general concept. So we got, that's your ingredients right there, guys. Then what you're gonna do is go with 7 cups of water in this mixture. That's 4, and we'll try to get 3 more cups here. For a total of 7. And a lot of people will tell you, make sure you got clean hands whatever you do. Mix and mash this together. A lot of people get fanatical about, oh, you gotta mix your seasonings with your meats and this and that. But believe me when I tell you, it don't really matter, because you're gonna cook this down to a pulp anyway. Hopefully, that's the goal anyway. Like I said, make sure you got clean hands, guys, or use gloves. That's basically what it should look like. I clean my hands with soap and water, and I also sterilize them with that for everybody who's squeamish about this. But that's it. We're going to turn our heat on high, bring it to a boil, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, let's, I don't know which burner that is, front or back. There she is. Turn her on high, and we got our mixture into a somewhat of a mush here, and that's kind of what you're looking for right there. Just about like that, guys. Get yourself a wooden spoon, stir it up. The more she cooks down, the finer it gets, the better off you are. And we are going to bring that up to a boil, no lid. And once she comes up to a boil, we'll turn her down and cook it for about 20 minutes simmering. I'll show you how that goes, okay? But that's about it. That's what you're looking for, like a soupy tight base there. Okay. Alright guys, now on high heat, I've pretty much kept stirring and broken this up into the smallest pieces that I could. And that's what you're looking for when you get to this point here. Very fine pieces. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, I told you about the 2 parts deer meat, 1 part sausage. Now this here is for some guys down the road, so they don't like what I like. If this was mine, I would put some heart and liver in it, and when you put that in, you process it the same way you do the onions, very fine, and then just throw it in and cook it like that. And when you, okay, so when you get to this point, once she's boiling, you're going to turn the heat down. We'll turn the heat down, and we'll just let her percolate like that for about 20 minutes. Alright, and in 20 minutes we'll come back. We'll add the final ingredients, and we'll put it together, and then we'll come back tomorrow, slice it, and fry up some, and I'll show you that too. Alright guys, we're 20 minutes into it. Looking real good. Nice and fine. Come over here. We got, alright, now this is the final process. With the yellow cornmeal, we got 2 cups, and then we got 1/4 cup of buckwheat flour. And if you don't have buckwheat flour, you can just go with the 2 cups of the cornmeal and just lean a little bit heavy on the cornmeal when you're talking about the 2 cups. And a lot of guys talk about you got to add this, you got to add that at certain points, but that's not true. You can put the whole thing in at once, and I'll show you this here. And just dump that whole thing in there. Boom, no problem. And I use a whisk, a rubber one that don't scratch up my pot. Just like that, guys. 2 cups of cornmeal, 1/4 cup of buckwheat flour. And if you get a little cornmeal particle in your final product, I like that. See them little pieces of cornmeal? I like that, because that tells you right there that it's homemade. It's homemade. Now, what you're gonna do, see how it percolates? We're gonna cook it a little bit, probably about 5 minutes. Let her thicken up, and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do from here. All right, guys, we're cooking this here. This has been about 5 minutes. Want to keep stirring. Want to cook down that cornmeal, and you want to cook that buckwheat flour. And once she's about done, you'll get that thing to stand straight up, just like that. That's when you know she's done. Alright, I'm going to shut the heat off, and then we'll pan her up. Alright, now we got us our bread pan. Put that in your bread pan, just like that. And this recipe will make 2 pans. Nice pans. Oh, does that smell good? Man, I can't wait to cut that tomorrow. Show you guys how good this is. About a 5-minute cook after I put the ingredients in. Looks pretty nice. Maybe one more. Okay. Let's bring her over to the table. And then you take this here. Now you're gonna see there's cornmeal in there. I'll show you what that looks like tomorrow. Oh man, that's gonna be good stuff right there. I hope the guys like it. gonna do one more pan, and let me put this other pan in and I'll show you what to do with it. Alright guys, as soon as you get your scrapple panned up just like this, and I love those little bits of yellow in there, that cornmeal, because that's going to fry up real nice in the skillet. As soon as you get that, what you want to do is you want to immediately put the cover on, even though she's steaming. Get that on there. Get my other one here. Okay. And you want to put it in the refrigerator right after you do this, okay? Now tomorrow, I'm going to show you how I slice this and fry it. You'll see what I do. It's pretty important that you do it this way, just for slicing purposes, I guess I should say. But anyway, we got her like that. Out here, and I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it in the smoker tonight. It's there, going into the smoker, which will keep it away from the animals. And wow, that's hot. That is hot. Yeah, we'll put her in the smoker, and that's just going to keep it away from the animals. Tomorrow, we'll slice it up and we'll put it in a frying pan and show you guys. Alright guys, here we are the next day. Just going to put a little butter here in our pan and get that hot, and then let's take a look at our finished product. I took that out of the smoker last night just because it was a safe place. Not that I'm smoking it, but it's just a safe place to put it so the animals don't get it, and to have it cool down since it was like unbelievably cold last night. That's how clean it comes out of your pan. And we're going to take a hunk out of here, and then I'm going to process this up and put it in bags for the guys, and we'll throw it on a skillet, and I'll show you how I like to cook it. I'm sure they won't mind if I take an end piece off. That's how it comes out. Real nice. A little bit of cornmeal in there. That's exactly how I like it, with that cornmeal. That way you know it's homemade. Sorry. Alright, it's not necessary. I'll show you in a few minutes. You want to get it nice and crispy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. Alright guys, it's about done. It's nice and soft on the inside. And that's our finished product right there. There's my bags. I'm bagged up. That's the finished product. 11 in each bag and 1 for me. I get 12 slices out of a loaf. 1 is always for me, and then 11 for whoever I'm giving it to. And that's what it looks like. And just give me a second, we'll come back and taste it. Alright guys, that's the finished product right there. Let's give her a taste. Oh yeah, nice and crispy on the outside, and nice and soft on the inside. That is how a good scrapple is supposed to be. Just like that. Let's taste it. Oh yeah. That is very good. Very tasty. A little bit of heat from the Thai peppers and the pepper, but outstanding. Very good. If you have any questions, just ask and I'll try to answer you.